That's the hope. Start off with the GP Charlotte pairing here. The 1001 pair down. Mana base is off to a fantastic start here. The old triple hand land hand. This is still a keep. Might be a little slow in the draw if they're on like zombies or something like that though. That's not what we're looking for. Is there any reason to lead on anything in particular here? Yeah, I have Thraben Inspectors I can draw, so I want to lead on Fortified Village. I don't know, I haven't watched standard coverage in ages, so I'm not actually sure what the preferred nomenclature is, but that's what I've heard them called in the past. And, well, now we lost the coin flip, and we're on the draw against this, so we're probably dead, I'd assume. Nope, they don't have a snake. That's good for us. Punt count infinity! With the 13-monthly subscription. Thank you for the continued support. I do appreciate it. Welcome back. Second cubby. Inspector, right on time. I think I'm just going to Glorybringer tonight here. If I can trade with one of these cubs. Like next turn I can go Servant Inspector. They only have 2 energy right now, so unless they have a snake, they could just push this off a cliff, but if they don't, I'm going to try and trade. Grasp, sure. Yeah, I think we're just going to get run out here, it looks like. Just going to hit for 5. Do you even want to show them more cards at this point? I'm not sure that I do. Moving that Twitch Prime Lice. Thanks, Christus V, with the 2-month resubscription. Yeah, I think the odds of us winning this game are pretty low, so I'm just going to go ahead and concede as opposed to showing them more cards in our deck. Man, not finding lands for a while there. Alright, Deck and Stone seems good. I'm not actually sure what we're doing. Dissenter's Deliverance hits exactly Gear Hulk. Do the green-black energy decks play Heart of Koran? I should probably figure that out before. Is Spray good? Like, how much removal do I want to bring in, basically, is what it comes down to. I might just want more removal on the draw. Oh, they play, like, Glint Sleeve Siphoner and stuff. Yeah, I could see Spray being good if they're on Siphoner. I think the Deccan Stones are conservative. Kills Ballista, that's not unreasonable. So it's like, what exactly am I supposed to be doing here? I think maybe the Glorybound Innates are worse than just, are worse than having removal. So maybe let's do that. Is the Always Watching not good enough if we're cutting the Glorybound Innate? Do this. Let's give that a try. Spray takes care of Cub for, like, a window, right? It can kill, like, Ballista on 2. It can kill Glint Sleeve Siphoner. It can kill Riskar in response to its trigger. Gave to you last night. This mana base is fine. I'm gonna go ahead and cast Attune with the Aether here. Grab a Plains. Plains seems good. Play the Fortified Village, show them the Plains, cast this Thraben Inspector. It might be okay. Stasis Snare seems fine. Let's go ahead and play... I guess let's attack first. I guess I could skip playing the Servant of the Conduit. I mean, my hand was a little awkward because, like, I don't have the turn 3 Gideon, but I guess they probably would have killed this anyways. Should I just, like, pass the turn here and use my mana on the clue and not let them use their resources? I think that's good, since I'm guaranteed to play the Gideon next turn anyways. This also leaves me the option to Stasis Snare something they play out this turn. rather than playing the Servant out into what I feels like a pretty obvious Grasper push. Yep, sure. Okay, got punished not having cracked that last turn. I think it was worth leaving the snare up. Nissa. My sequencing here is a little sloppy. We should technically attack the Nissa before we show them we have a Gideon. But, you know, details. Bristling Hydra. Yep. This is the one that can get hexproof, right? Yep. Glorybringer's Dees. I think we just attune for our second mountain here. And go tracker into land, make clue. And then the question becomes, do I want to make an idiot or do I want to kill a plant? If I ship the Gideon into the Nissa, it has the upside of being able to emblem the Gideon next turn, which was kind of good upside because then the Glorybringer will have speed and can kill the Nissa. So I think that's worth it. So I'm gonna up this so that way it kills a plant, and it's gonna let us emblem next turn most likely. I guess they have a sequence where they kill enough of my stuff here and they can attack into the Gideon profitably, but you may exert it. It deals 4 damage to target non-dragon creature it controls. Sure. I saw most of the Pirates movies as a child. Those came out during while I was in my teens. Sure. So Glorybringer can eat this and the Nissa next turn, assuming there's no Grasp of Darkness. That's pretty good. So if they target this, I'm not going to be able to eat it anymore. Okay. Make those 2 dorks bigger. Oh, geez. Is that good? That seems pretty good. God, that's completely reasonable and fair. I feel like it's a change of plans here at this point. I feel it's just like let Gideon go to 1 and then jump this, and then I can go kill, ship Gideon into the Nissa. That seems reasonable. Yeah. I guess I could also go kill, ship the Knight into the Nissa, and then make another token. That's probably better. Make a clue. Yeah, so let's go Deck and Stone this, and then Stasis Snare this other idiot. I want to put the Rishar under here rather than the Snake, I think, because I think the Snake is something we'd rather come back less. And I'm going to ship the Tireless Tracker as opposed to the token into Nissa here, because I'd rather have 2 Knights to chump block with than anything else. So, make a token here. So they got 3 cards and a clue to our 2 cards and 2 clues. And the Gideon here, if they have any piece of removal, they can take the Gideon off the table here. But then, like, we're getting a removal spell for one of our tokens, so, like, it's probably fine. This is a Gear Hulk. A Walking Ballista. Okay, that's fair. That gets to shoot the Gideon down. We're trading our Ballista for a Knight. That seems a lot worse than just... Oh, then we're pushing this. Oh, this lets them Fatal Push the Tireless Tracker. Okay, that makes sense. And then they're going to have to ship both of these into the Gideon. Yeah, because otherwise the Gideon lives. This card's really obnoxious. This Gideon gained us like 20 life. May I start by cracking one of these clues? I think so. Alright. Even if I'm supposed to play the tracker first there, I could see that being the case. Get it one larger. I think I'm going to chip him with this, and we'll chump with the Servant on this Bristling Hydra. I don't really look at spoilers early. Like, there's really no point in thinking about cards even in the context of Standard without knowing what the entire set that's coming into the format looks like. Especially when I've got, like, essentially a new format here to look at, plus I have to find a deck in Modern I like, so there's enough going on that I don't need to think about things that aren't going to affect us for, like, another, 3 months still, or more. It's real awkward that this thing got bigger than Glorybringer can deal with. An Obnex Ballista or something obnoxious? Other Walking Ballista, sure. So this can trade with the Tireless Tracker. I would have been able to avoid this had I played the Tracker and then cracked a clue last turn. Maybe a little bit of missequencing there. Alright, they're out of cards at least. I'll take one for us. Harnessed Lightning. I've got 6 energy. Okay, so let's start by cracking this, I think. I suppose I could also just Glorybringer and then Crunch. I don't hate that. I like do this. I crack them for 6 down to 11. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do this. I think I want to take one swing with this, and then if they get greedy and like try and put counters on this to race harder, we can kill it with Harness Lightning in response. And if they don't try and put a counter on here, we'll just we'll kill the plant token and then take 8 down to 8. Yep. This can exert to kill this. I'm assuming they're just going to pass priority here. Holy crap, they went for it. Alright, well, get got. I should likely be super dead now since they did that. I'm aware. Thank you for the reminder. I probably need that, but alright, I mean, I guess I'm just attacking with both of these, right? And then exerting this one to kill a snake. Is that worth it? Yeah, probably. Because then I can attack with the Knight Ally, too. This deck's playing 22 lands, but we have 2 Attune with the Aether, so there's some wiggle room there. I'm going to hold on to these lands since I have Tireless Trackers in my deck. Yep. Yep, opponent was smart and held a land too. In the backseat of your Rover, and I know you can't afford, bite that tattoo. So I messed up this game that turn I sequenced my Tireless Tracker into that Walking Ballista. So that definitely kind of costing us this game. We're going to take hit for at least 4 this turn. Dragon is not ready on this turn. Spell. Oh, hey, look, heck of a spell. Getting older. Alright. Yeah, I don't think there's any reason to attack here. I'm just gonna pass back. They're at 5, and Glorybringer's gonna ready up next turn. Alright. Well, game. Or, that was game 2, right? So we're even now? Yeah, that was game 2. I'm an idiot. Okay, so seeing how that game played out, I think I'm going to cut this last always watching and just be more controlling, especially here on the draw. Thraben Inspector is probably fine for chump blocking. Do I want cast outs or Chandra? Cast outs probably not entirely unreasonable. Is Nahiri better than playing cast out? Cast out's also like instant speed, which is nice. I also just like go slightly slower, like trim a Gideon, trim a Servant. Trimming Gideon's got to be wrong though. Trimming Gideon might not be, or Servant might not be completely unreasonable, just 'cause, like it really doesn't block, and it just like eats crap and dies. I'm gonna do this. Maybe take out the sprays are better on the draw than they were on the play. Do we want to trim a Gideon on the draw? Let's do this. A little bit of everything. Get a little smatter in, see how it feels. Rub it all around, see what sticks. It's Dees, right? Opponent mulliganed, gearing up for a turn 3 Gideon on our side. Perfect. So we'll do that. And cast Attune for a mountain. Once we hit our second white. The real question is, when they play a threat here, do I deck and Stoner down? I think I'm supposed to. Yeah, I think I'm just supposed to kill this. I really don't want them to snowball, like if they play a snake next turn. Although I suppose I could just go idiot here. How do I feel about that? It's less resource efficient. It's 10 out of 10 playing the plains. The problem with playing both of these is then next turn I can't go 2+1, and then we're not resource efficient. So I feel like I'm supposed to do one of these two. This is pretty bad against removal. Yeah, Glorybringer seems like the nuts. I don't want to cut that. I think it's one of these two for the sake of resource efficiency, but I'm not actually sure which one. The upside to Servant is kind of insane. And they could play a second Long Tusk Cub, so I'm going to play this. And if they go like push plus snake, we'll just be a little bit sad. But like, I'm going to have a lot of chump blockers for this, so like, if that's just like beating me down, I don't think we're too terribly sad about it. Yeah. Another hub, sure. So they shouldn't have a snake then, right? It's only 8:30 here. I just went live. That's kind of okay. So we're doing this. And we're just like playing both these idiots out, and then we can like trade the 2 inspectors and a spray for this. I think I like that. And, like, if they end up spending a removal spell on these, that's fine. If they play, like, a snake or something, we just, like, chump block. So if they attack in here, I'm going to double. And then we'll let damage happen. And then we'll spray. Like, they're 10 out of 10 attacking here, right? Sure. We're going to let damage happen here, because we don't want to be able to push one of our guys beforehand. So he takes 2. And then at their end of turn, we'll spray those. Huh. Yeah, I think I'm still supposed to spray this one, right? I think I want to save the Deccan Stone for something bigger. Especially since I just have this Gideon to chump block this thing over and over again. Here's my Gideon. They don't have any power here, so even if they kill this, they can't ship in and kill the Gideon. I mean, just skip F&M this week and go next week when Marvel will be bent. It's the real upside. So everyone for hanging out here tonight. I'm going to be streaming Magic every night for the next couple of weeks. Prepping for the Invitational there. Assuming we get enough money to go. If you would like to help get me to the Invitational, help me stream more Magic content, consider using that donate button down below the stream there. Magic trips are expensive and I haven't taken one in a while. So it's going to be fun to go to. Either way, we're going to be playing a bunch of Standard and Modern here. So we're ready if we go, and if not, we still get a bunch of content to make. Opponents between a Gideon and a hard place here. And like they've got 2 cards to our 2 cards, and we're ahead on board, and we've got 2 clues here to cash in, so we're up in a big way here right now. Thanks to our Bay Thraben Inspector here. Opponent is disconnected. Alright, hopefully that's an actual disconnection and not we're dead to this Gideon, so we're going to make me wait 10 minutes disconnection. That would be less than ideal for the first match of the evening. I mean, like, so, like, this is literally the first match we're playing with this deck. Like, all those other lists I tweeted, like, haven't played any games with them. Those are, like, first drafts. We scribbled them down on the notebook, and we're going to play with them. Nope. Part of what when you sign those waivers at the start of every SCG Open, that you agreeing for them to use your image and photos and stuff like that and all of their media that they want. That's how businesses work. It's a press release waiver, basically. Lord knows they got enough of those from me. He ghosted it, Scoop. They reconnected, so they must just be having internet issues. I had Magic Online disconnect me a couple of times since the build that updated today, so there could be some disconnect issues with the latest update. You know, Magic Online doing Magic Online things. Yeah, standard sweet. We get to actually like make meaningful decisions and not have the game end because my opponent found the new log in their top 6 cards. Opponent hadn't drawn their card for the turn yet when they disconnected, so there's 3 cards to R2 plus clues and then I had on board. I mean, thanks to climate change, the world's hotter now than it was 100 years ago, right? Technically speaking, the extremes are worse today. Evening double knot. Sorry for the brief moment of downtime here. Thanks everyone for hanging out this evening. Yep, the Marvel ban is in effect on Magic Online as of the downtime this morning. I didn't write about it. Magic Online is just the most convenient way to play Magic at home. I'm playing less paper Magic this year, so I want a convenient way to play Magic on the computer. So this is the most convenient way to play Magic on the computer. So my local play group mostly fell apart. A lot of them are playing Hex or other video games or just like stopped playing TCGs. So if I want to play Magic, this is the most convenient way to do that. You have like a Gear Hulk here to like put counters on their cub, which is like whatever, because I have the Deck and Stone to clean it up afterwards. Obnixilis, that's pretty good. So, but I guess if they Obnix and kill this and ship into the Gideon gets to kill the Obnix on the Crackback. Well, now this Obnix is dead, right? Because I'm just going to like Deck and Stone this. Okay, I'm going to start by drawing a card here, I think. See what we hit. We hit a Glorybringer. That's pretty good. Yeah, I think I want to just Deck and Stone this and take the Gideon off the table, or the Obnix off the table. So let's do that, and then play this. No, and then 5/5. All attack Obnix. So we do need a second red source here for this Glorybringer at some point. So they've got 2 in hand, but they've got this clue here on the table to crack yet. And we do still have a Gideon on the table, so like, even if we miss for a turn or 2 here, we're in an okay spot. Sure. Man, if we hit this red source, we're just gonna have to like kill their idiot and like have a Glorybringer. That'd be so great. Cracking the clue, sure. Well, that's unfortunate. I'm gonna play out 1 more land here. We do want to hold some for, what's it called, at some point. So do that and pass the turn, I think, here. That's the worst, like, when you need to draw a specific land, and then you keep flooding out, but, like, you're not drawing the land you actually need to draw. It's kind of unfortunate. Probably just have to draw a card again, right? I guess if they don't have a fatal push here, I can actually just ship into this, right? Can I hit a red source, please? Red source would still be the nuts. Alright, deck. Not actually sure if I want to play these lands out just yet. I might. I have 6 mana right now. I guess I have to deck this to kill the Obnix. Which feels kind of bad, but like at the same time, let's just like get this Obnix off the table. So I can hold one of these back to protect the Gideon. Yeah, just in case they hit like Gear Hulk. I'm gonna play that out just in case we had a Tireless Tracker. Use a lot of our mana in that case. Unfortunately, like, I'm killing my opponent's stuff, but, like, I drew my 2 Declaration End stones instead of, like, Harness Lightnings or Stasis Snares, so, like, they got to replace it. We had to do it to take their up next lists off the table, but it really doesn't feel good. Jump here. Am I jumping? No, I think I'm just gonna let Gideon take this hit, actually. It's just 3. I don't think they have anything that, like, jumps up the damage there. Another one. Something... Oh. Okay. That punishes what I just did. Holy crap. Or it doesn't. Nope. Doing it during my upkeep. Nope. Alright. Well, before my opponent thinks again here, I think we're just gonna plus this. I think you're just supposed to trade that for this here, but I don't know what else is in their hand, I guess. Okay, that's pretty good. Feel a little bit bad about having, what's it called? About having played that other forest out. Miss Jackson, Miss Jackson. Are we not scared, Miss Jackson? Miss Jackson. Are we not scared, Miss Jackson? So, mana base is biting us a little bit here. The third color is not completely free, as this game is showing. How many red sources do we have? I think it's like 12 plus Attune. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, it's kind of low. We're at 10 plus Attune is 14, and then plus these is 17, 18. So double red's definitely a little greedy. Yep, he's down. Yep. I have energy. Well, I'm gonna say we're in the lands are good, spells are a good portion of the game. Most of our red sources are coming into play tapped there, so it's like whatever. There. Grab another red here so we can spray plus Glorybringer next turn. If we need to do it all at once. It's been an interesting game. In general, Standard generates a lot of interesting games when there's not, like, ridiculous combos. Like, we've had a ton of back and forth here. The Long Tusk Cub can jump to a 4/4 now. So the Knights still trade with it. They've got 6, 7, 8 mana total, but only 7 open, so they can put 2 counters to turn on this. So we really need to find a removal spell for this, ideally. I think if they attack with this, I'm going to double with the Knights, because if they want to spend 2 counters off the Walking Ballista to shoot one of these to not lose the Long Tusk Cub, I can then spray the Walking Ballista, and then the Glorybringer can clean up the Cub. Oh, the Ballista, these can tap for mana. Yeah, you're right. Thank you. I forgot about that. I haven't played a ton of Standard. Thank you. I think the core commons and Hex are a great idea. That was a fantastic draw. Yep. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and cast out this Walking Ballista. Through this nightmare. So he's going to be able to trade this for the Tireless Tracker here, which is fine. Means the Glorybringer is going to live. And then we'll have Glorybringer and my Magma Spray versus their 1 card in my Clue, which I think puts us ahead. The last one will shoot me. Through this nightmare, I can't control myself. Yep, trigger, kill that guy. gal, possibly. Looks like a guy. They're out of energy. Return, sure. I forgot about that. I gotta remember the Aftermath card exists. Animal I have become. Alright, and then in response to this trigger, we can spray this idiot and take it off the table. No, don't judge the singing. I'll lose every time. It's really unfortunate. Alright, draw a card. Oh, is that good? If so, why? Please explain. Here there be dragons. I'm gonna attack and exert. Just take this off the table. Maybe I'm not supposed to exert just because, like, I have 2 of them in the air, but, like, I got a Thraben Inspector for lethal, technically. Alright, sweet. Got the first one. I just, like, want to slam Glorybringers into people. Is that asking too much? It's an interesting question. So Rishkar gives them the upside of making mana, but I guess the fact that they have so much mana maybe makes the hedge better at killing the zombie. I mean, to be fair, we were like halfway into our deck when we found the second dragon. So about expected ratio. No, you know what seems terrifying? What seems terrifying is having always watching in play and exerting your Glorybringer every single turn. That's what I want to do in life. That's all. Like, sign me up. Glorybringer, always exerting, baby. Always exerting. Join up. Yeah, I messaged, MTGBot's supposed to be subbed. I sent a message trying to figure out what's the deal with that. Seems great. Swore to you I'd never fall apart. Loved you from the start. Oh, but... no idea. You just watched us play our first games with the deck, so asking me for educated opinions on anything we're doing here is just gonna, like, involve me telling you that I don't know. Because I'm not about to lie to you all. Things I don't do. Lie to the audience. Alright, let's attack with this to start, and then Servant's a good pickup. We can use that next turn. Or this turn. Sorry, this makes green. But, like, honestly, like, we've got Aether Hub and Servant of the Conduit and Attune with the Aether, so, like, the mana can't be that bad, right? And Glorybound Innate of their own. Play this. No, because we can't. I'm just going to pass the turn here. Most of my music is fairly old. If they exert this, I think I'm just going to Stasis Snare it. Oh, I can just Harness Lightning it, right? Yeah, let's just do that, actually. Better idea. Will be the night that I will fall. One might be playing Abzan tokens of some sort. Could also be a brew. Probably playing like some kind of human aggro deck, actually. Here's hoping we draw an untapped land. Pretty unlucky. Let's start by cracking this, see what we get. Okay, that's a mountain. I'm gonna play Thraben Inspector, I think, here. Yeah, I'm gonna play Thraben Inspector, I'm gonna play this mountain, and then I can crack this clue using the Servant of the Conduit at their end step here. I mean, this song's like 5+, right? Whenever you cast a creature for the Verb cost 3 or less, investigate. Sure. Man, I'm about to exert myself. I can feel it. Always make blue mana because it's the best color of mana. You're gonna have to wait on you, Mr. Tireless Tracker. God, the glory is here. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Attack and exert. Shoot that nerd. Thanks, Ape. Open source software is great. I enjoy being a part of it. It's actually a project I started back during undergrad. Man, right on time, Thalia. The old Thalia after the dragon has hasted. I mean, like, when you're playing a matchup like this, you always want to be the deck that's slightly bigger, right? Plenty of power, so let's just pass the turn here. Next turn we get to exert ourselves again and kill something else. To correct this clue at end step, put a thing on here. I do Angry Old Man really well. Well, that's actually kind of unfortunate for us, right? This thing's gonna threaten to flip next turn, so I probably just need to Stasis Snare that one. I am in fact the ripe old age of 26. Alright, that's an Attune. Start with this. Let's start with that. Glorybound innate. Okay, so this is alright, so I've got plenty of mana here, especially with this. So let's do this. Grab so this dork's gonna flip next turn. I'm gonna play the Glorybound. I think I'm just passing the turn here. Yeah. Do I want to just shoot this now? Now, I think I'm going to stop during their main phase, so I'm just going to let this flip, because the flip doesn't do anything until their end step, so I want them to think that they're going to have this while they make their decisions for the turn. Yep, there's another one. Alright, so before we get to their end step, we don't want them to get a free dork, so let's play the Stasis Snare. Get rid of that. So we're looking for removal, but unfortunately, that Glorybringer is going to enter tapped from this Thalia. So let's try and hit, like, Harness Lightning here would be ideal. Another Glorybound innate. I think I'm just cracking with both of these. I guess I could play this and then look for another piece of removal here. That seems fine, actually. Serving the Conduit, sure. So I think I'm going to attack with both of these and exert this, because if they chump block either of these, then they can't, they don't flip this next turn, which would be good, ideal for us. So we'll take the classic 11 here. Yeah, and I think I want to just play the dragon. Now they're at 4. We have a 4/4 flyer. Let you go. Yep. And they're doing that because they want to gain some life. So they're not dead to the Glorybound. So that attack should mean they can't kill this, I'd imagine. Bygone, sure. Embalm, put a thing back, sure. I make an idiot, sure. This needs 2 more, right? Yeah, 2 more mana. Right, let's play the land, start with that. Is that good? If so, why? Please explain. Attack and exert. Attack. I'm just like swinging for the fences here, right? Yeah, let's be conservative. That's fine. We're going to win this game by a lot. This trigger is going to kill this Bygone Bishop so they can't grind anymore. Not expecting them to wrath us. Let's just put our idiots on the table. I guess they could reasonably dusked on us here. So maybe that's a reason to not play everything out. Would have won if we just attacked with the dragon. Good call. Look, man, counting is hard. Why would I count when I can just attack? Alright. Declaration Stone and Magma Sprays are great. You brought me cake? My wife is the best. She made homemade lava cake in the crock pot. Look at that. Would you like some lava cake, internet? I know you would. That's too bad you can't have any. So always watching seems like the nuts. I feel like Glorybound innate. I'm torn on this, right? Like, do I want this effect in this matchup? Like, what am I actually trimming here? Suggestions? Feel free to post them. Do I think the Gideon's a little weak on the draw, maybe? How do you feel about that? Is this an unreasonable swap? Trim a Stasis Snare because it's kind of a more expensive removal, bringing in these cheaper pieces of removal. Like, I like this. I guess they have, what's it called that makes this better? Basically, that game we went 8 Glorybringers, right? I think I want to do this. Let's do this. I'm not sure exactly what we're doing, so I think Tracker and Glorybringer are enough top end, especially with this one Linvala too. I don't think we need Radiant Flames. I feel like we should be favored in these small creature matchups just as is. This curve's actually great, right? It's like 1s, 2s, 3s, and then some top end. This curve's fantastic. I'm not sure if that was sarcastic or like this curve's great, but like this curve's really good. Hand seems fine. Chandra seems good just because she's removal spell. I can see that. I think I'm just going to hub here. Hub and then Attune. Nice, Urk. Congrats. Get those free prizes. Gonna pass here. We've basically drawn running lands, which feels a little bit bad. I'm not gonna play it tonight, Uber Mikey, but I will 10 out of 10 play it at some point. That's actually a deck I want to give a try to. We will play it in the next week. Whoa, they don't have anything else to do. That's really good for us. I think I'm just leaving up Snare here. I'm just gonna leave up Snare and pass, rather than playing the Attune. Alright, so now we do this. Play this. Reveal this. Cast this, which blocks their 1/2s nicely. Sounds good. Unfortunately, we just don't have a lot going on here. Opponent and I are having opposite problems, and generally Screw beats Flood, so we'll see if they hit their land before I start hitting some action. Sure. I'm just going to go ahead and snare this now, since I have 2 snares, in case we draw like a Glorybringer or something expensive next turn. Man, it rains, it pours. At least they're still missing, I suppose, and we have a game 3 still. It's a decent one. I don't think I want to trade the snare for any other guys, so I'm not going to attack in here. I think Vegas starts tomorrow, right? The Legacy GP is Thursday, Friday. Opponent had to discard the hand size, sure. They discard 2 cards because they missed twice. Well, we're going to hold these lands at this point because I would like to draw with them if we had a Tireless Tracker. Alright, they hit their 3rd land. Wow, that's good. Well. Glorybringer now, please. Alright, it's a Glorybound innate. That does something at least. So attacks as a 5/5 lifelinker every turn. Seems pretty good. That's annoying. There's 3 GPs this weekend. I'm supposed to wait in case I draw Deccan Stone. Oh, that's fucking rich. God damn it. I hate getting punished like that. I should have just waited. We had more than enough mana. Remember that time we said screw beats flood? Or screw beats flood? Yep. And we're just dead to this flipping, right? That's certainly a thing. Someone suggested Chandra. That doesn't seem completely unreasonable. I kind of like it. No, I cut though. Stop it. You don't make changes based on that game. Like I said, I'm pretty sure we're pretty firmly ahead in matches like this. Is Deccan Stone worth it? I'm not sure that it is, actually. Yeah, the Monument's definitely a neat card. If we can go back and check the tape of what we had, like 10 non-resources that game. Or like 5 non-resources that game, sorry. This deck list is actual zero tuning. We just kind of threw it together. Nahiri, the idea behind it, and Hazoret is just like extra cards along with the Chandra to help pressure control decks. Maybe that's fine. I don't know. I don't know what else I actually want to cut is the problem. I guess Thraben Inspector is not impressive. I don't know, just like all our cards seem good, which almost certainly means the sideboard's not built right. I think I just want to do this. Control decks in general aren't generally good in Magic. I don't think I want this 4-mana removal spell against them even when they have the monument. Like, I feel like if we're actually playing Magic, we can just, like, not care about their monument. Yeah, I guess this hand only has one red source in it. We are like young volcanoes. We are wild. Oh, another lightning's a good draw. Let's just get that out of there. Get our auto pass on. It's decent. By that I mean it's another land, so it kind of sucks. Oh my god, I just clicked the wrong land. Holy shit. It actually was okay, and then I clicked the wrong land. Ha! God, we're gonna lose to that. Alright, we hit that. If I don't kill that, we've got a Glorybringer. We've already won. Ooh, that's like a combo. Ooh, that's really good too with that, actually. Opponent 6 seems sweet. So we want to kill this with the Harness Lightning so that way we could speed the Glorybringer in next turn. Snare's a good draw. So I would get to leave this up if I had gotten the correct land with that Attune, which kind of sucks. So we're going to take some extra damage here. Because I got the wrong land with Attune. You know what? Maybe the Deccan Stones are worth it because of this and because of the Westphal Abbey. I can see that being true. We're going to hold this for now until we draw Tireless Tracker, probably. I don't really need the mana for anything else. Yeah, so we took 3 extra points of damage we have to take here. I'm going to play this land tapped since it's tap land and pass back. Great energy, I hope we draw Marvel, right? So we're probably going to attack and exert this. I think I'm just supposed to take this hit. Yeah, because I could just kill this with this next turn. I want to hold this Stasis Snare for the Westphal Abbey to play cleanup. We're flooding it a bit again here. Like, these are basically lands. We've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 non-lands in 14 cards. That... Alright, sure. Man, can we beat that? I don't know if we could beat that. Well, it's an okay start. Called Faith and Misery. Oh, I guess no, I didn't tap my lands wrong. That's fine. Beg to dream and if they're from the Hall of Lies. Evening Jace. These things have vigilance? I guess I'll block this one. Actually, the Chandra taking one there is probably not bad for us, right? Oh. I'm dumb. Yeah, they're gonna Dawn here. Okay, yeah, that was really bad on my part. I should have 10 out of 10 killed one of these. Like, there was no reason not let the Chandra take damage. I guess the emblem's, like, kinda good, and they're gonna have to pressure that at some point, but they might just kill us before they have to pressure it, so... Yeah, bonus deck seems really sweet. God, for fuck's sake, seriously? I've drawn, like, 10 spells across 2 games. It's really frustrating. I took 3 extra damage this game I didn't have to take, but I don't think it's ultimately going to matter. I did draw a 6th spell finally, and she drew 2 more lands. Oh, baby. I'm assuming these are all attacking me. Yep. Because we don't have a sweeper, we probably are out of outs here. This good old... Whoa! There's so many spells on top of our deck. That's weird. That's weird. Like, that happens in all TCGs, right? You know? Sometimes you draw 14 out of your 26 resources. And, like, and the most annoying part is, like, the fact that if one of our 6 spells had been a Tireless Tracker, like, we probably would have been fine. We would have just, like, powered through that flood and not really cared. We technically run 26 resources. The Attune with Aether is basically a land. And there's like Traverse the Ulvenwald. You can make an argument that it's not, but this is basically a land. I mean, card games without resources in the decks just put variants in other spots. Like, Hearthstone's a great example of, like, the variance in Hearthstone is curve variants. Like, did you draw your 7-drop on turn 7 instead of your 2-drop? What are we arguing about here? About 6 drops? Why this Chandra and not the 6 CMC one? This Chandra is here ideally as a card to play against the control decks, and getting a 4-mana card to resolve against the control deck is much easier than getting a 6-mana card to resolve against the control deck. So you're asking about versions of deck, like versions of decks are known, like... We essentially have a brand new standard format with what just happened, so like there aren't commonly accepted good versions of anything right now. So should you build something as like, I don't know, you know, no one can give you an educated statement on that. Basic Mountain Pass, always watching. I'm gonna lead on the Aether Hub, I think, just in case they're like a Thalia deck. Get the non-basics into play first since we're not playing anything anyways. Now. Like, I just play the cards I'm given. Hardicran, so Mardu. No idea. It depends on how good this feels, and whether or not I feel like playing a league, whether or not we cash, etc., etc. Ooh, that's a good call. Handlands, yep. Yep. That's a combo. Oh, I want some more. Am I Harness Lightning something this turn? Probably. Let's get this off the table. Am I supposed to play this, like, using my only power? I think so. We get, like, potentially 2 shots. It lands next turn. If they have a green source, they can put this Hooded Hydra into play with a Balm. Sure. It's a lot of Hooded Hydras. Hopefully they don't play a green source this turn. If they just hit us with this, we could be in an okay spot, possibly. This card's pretty good at crewing. Heart. Man, games that have resources in the deck are fun. Thumbs the beat sometimes. Double flood into screw. The Embalm tokens is just an exact copy? Sure. It was great, honey. Okay. Into you. So we're dead now. There's nothing wrong with the mana base. The colors that are in the mana base line up appropriately. I guess Glorybound trades with their 4/3, which is nice. Still not quite sure what we're doing with sideboarding. Gideon seems really bad against a Heart of Koran deck, right? We're going to cut that. Bring in the Dissenters, Deliverances. Be a Miser's Cast Out. The Declaration in Stone, perhaps. Oh, the Declaration in Stone is good against the Embalm tokens, right? Because they're putting those stupid Hooded Hydras into play. Potentially. Let's bring that in. I don't know. They're going wide enough for Linvala to be good. Let's do this. Let's trim the Gideon since they're on Heart of Koran. That seems great. The mana base in this deck might be wrong, but we almost certainly don't know if it's right or wrong after playing the amount of games that we've played. So, all I will say is that the mathematics say that the sources that we are playing in the deck currently are probably fine on average. Mean to you. It's also possible we should be playing this card. This might be better than the Glorybound Innate. Just be like on 8 accelerants. This also helps fix the colors a little bit more. Helps us accelerate into Gideon and Glorybringer more consistently. I mean, the electrostatic pummeler decks were doing well before things changed, right? Into you. Noose Constrictor, just like mono discard outlets. I'm a burlesque queen, won't even ask my name. Sheds the skin on stage. I think I'm just playing this tracker out here. Ship the turn here. Harness Lightning, I'll feel a little bit bad because we didn't get to cantrip this, but like, I kind of want to use my resources this turn. I don't think just doing this is enough. This exactly where you like me. I'm exactly where you like me, you know. Yep, there's a Chandra innate, that's fine. Because that's about how much money it costs. Plane tickets just shy of $600. Daycares, like 120, 150 bucks for the day and a half that it's gonna be required for, and then probably another 100 bucks for a hotel for the weekend. Fiery Temper. Well, that's a beating. God damn it. Nobody travels to play Magic for the money. Traveling to play Magic is obnoxiously expensive. No, isn't this? I guess there's the AC thing too. Normally I spew out of my own pocket to go to Magic tournaments, but my money from my own pocket is mostly tied up this summer due to extra home expenses. Being a homeowner's fun. Stick to avocado toast if you have the choice. Afraid that I... You know, I had this Dissenter's Deliverance in my hand. Maybe last turn I was just supposed to crack that clue and then cycle this, and then play the Tireless Tracker and play a land this turn and get a thing off of it. I was trying to be resource efficient, but it didn't occur to me that I could just cycle this, so I could have been resource efficient and not expose this to a removal spell at the same time. You're about to get Glorybringered. About to get Glorybringered. Yep. And Glorybringer hits non-dragons only, so I can't exert my Glorybringer to kill their Glorybringer, which kind of sucks. I'm just going to jump this here. Cycle this. Harness Lightning. Let me clean up both of these. I'm just gonna play this hub and pass the turn. See what they do. They might have a second Glorybringer, in which case I want to kill their two Glorybringers. Yep. That makes me wish I would have played the Glorybringer last turn and killed this. I guess I'm going to kill both the things that can crew this, so like that's kind of good for us, I guess. I'm going to Harness Lightning the Glorybringer as opposed to the Noose Constrictor because they can blow up this Stasis Snare potentially. So I'd rather, if they're blowing up the Stasis Snare, they get back the weaker of the two things I'm killing. Going down swinging, I'll be your number one with a bullet. Loaded gun complex, cock it and pull it. We're going down in a really low round. And then this can kill this deck's turn, so if they don't have something to play that crews this, we'll be in a pretty good spot. There's just 3 in my dome. Deal. I've only got 1 card left. The Glorybringer gets to clean up the Chandler innate. Maybe we're in this. In it to win it. Second stone's a good pickup. Means we're going to have to clean up the next thing they play too. I guess they could have a piece of removal here too. Exert. Yep. This can't crew this because this needs crew 3. Alright, they're down to 16, and here there be dragons. We're going down in a really low round. Because it really didn't matter. Enters the battlefield. Oh, that's gross. They don't have to discard a card if they don't have a hand. I feel like those cards usually require you to discard a card. Usually you can't play them if you don't have a hand. It's pretty obnoxious. It's really good. Yeah, I think I have to do this. Give them an extra draw now. And again, remember, I did make a sequencing mistake earlier in this game. We would be up a clue, which would just be an entire extra card, potentially, if I'd have sequenced correctly on turn 3. Sure. I believe we are dead. Let's take a draw step and find out. Stasis Snare. Okay, that's one of our better draws. I think I'm just supposed to snare this and leave this back on D. And like worth noting here, if I wouldn't have missequenced earlier and I'd have been up a clue, I'd have been able to Stasis Snare this off last turn and would be in a really good, pretty reasonable spot. Yeah, I think we're just supposed to pass the turn here. We're holding this land in the event that we draw a second Tireless Tracker. I'm probably just going to play a Fiery Temper and kill us. The only one that needs to know. I'll keep you my... I mean, that's technically not Fiery Temper, I guess. Oh, it has haste. Sure. Okay. So, made a missequencing in that second game, but the first game, the only thing we could have done is mulligan, I think. Which definitely would have been a reasonable argument based on what we had to start. I don't think we're going to play competitive leagues anymore after this. They're just way too much money, especially when we don't really know what's going on in Standard. And, like, there's going to be just as much jank in the friendly leagues as the competitive leagues. Like, vomiting $12 per league is not a good way, especially when we need money to get to the Invitational. Alright, seems pretty good. So, 2 Flood and Dies, a Stumble and Die, a Make a Mistake and Die. Sounds like we're at an average. Glorybound's not bad. Attune here, probably get Plains. Play the Servant next turn. Set up for the possible turn 3 Gideon if they let us. Green black. Green red. Okay. I'm gonna play the Servant. Let's see if we get the Gideon set up. Nassif was streaming Seasons Pass list earlier today. No blocks. No other plays is good for us. The question here is, am I supposed to just play the Gideon? Yeah, I think I am because I have a second one. think the fact that we have a second Gideon means if they spend a removal spell to kill this Gideon, we're fine with that. Means the Gideon ate a removal spell and gained 4 life. Did I post it on... I don't... Like, all the sideboards are just guesses. Like, pick your 15 favorite cards that are blue and white and put them in there. Where are you going, Gideon? It's coming at me? Oh, it's coming at Gideon. Yep. Block. Play Tireless Tracker. Play Aether Hub. I have to click on these, sure. Play another idiot out. Maybe. I mean, like, if they have it. Then gets trample when you plus it, too. Nope, does not, but we have pump spells that give it trample. I mean, we won't have a removal spell, like, don't play around things you can't play around. If they've got it, they've got it. And slide our idiots out in front of it and hope for the best. Dead. I mean, maybe it's a good thing I can't afford to go to the Invitational. -3. Good stuff. Alright, bring in more removal, I guess. Dissenter's Deliverance seems pretty good. Sure, it's an artifact. Magma Spray seems fine. Gideon seems pretty bad, right? This seems fine. I don't know how good Glorybringer Innate is. It, like, can trade with their 2-drop, I guess, but they trample for 2 when they do that. It's pretty good with Always Watching. I mean, to be fair, I've always had a pretty good win rate in Legacy. The format's pretty low variance, and I have a good understanding of what's going on in it. Did I not bring this in? Oh, good. Did we get sideboard bugged? It looks like we... Good. League's free. Can't sideboard in this card. 63 cards and 13 cards. Excellent. I guess we just cut 2 things and hope it actually boards for us. Thraben Inspector, maybe? Alright, hopefully some of our board changes go through. Quality stuff. There's always been the sideboard bug has existed for years. Literal years. It added a phantom card to the deck. If you saw in the video there. Because the client bugged. If your client bugs, you can file for compensation. There's a request reimbursement thing. Every time your client bugs, you should request compensation. Okay, it's decent. We get to go ahead and play the Servant of the Conduit. And then next turn I can go Tireless Tracker and then play Mountain as the follow-up. So I'll be able to generate a clue and still Magma Spray something. Oh, geez, were you folks playing this and getting bugs and not requesting compensation? Magic Online's way cheaper when you file for comp for all the bugs, because there's plenty of those. If you 5-0 the league, you still get your entry fee back. We can cash this league. We're 1-2. If we finish this league 3-2, we can get my money back. I think I'm just going to kill this. Nah, I probably want to save the removal for something more important. I'm coming with you, dear Maria, count me in. Story at the bottom of this bottle, and I'm looking. Correct, yeah. You always request compensation after you finish the league. Well, if they miss a land drop, 10 out of 10 about to kill this. I guess that was something to consider. If I kill that, maybe I keep my Tireless Tracker. Gross. Good at. Yes, I got your picture. I'm coming with you, dear Maria. Count me in. There's a story at the bottom of this bottle, and I'm looking. I'm the one who's selling you out. Who's ready to exert themselves? I know I am. Attack and exert. Trigger. The American dream. Let's get another one of these bad boys going. The world by storm, it isn't that hard. I got your picture, I'm coming with you, dear Maria, count me in. How many times do I think I filed for compensation? Since I started playing a little over a month ago, I don't know, probably close to a dozen times already. Actually a pretty good draw. Attack, exert, attack, exert. So easy, never looking down or going crazy, watching. And I mean, I'm not doing anything dishonest. I'm not lying to them. It's just like when my client has an issue, I file for compensation. Like I'm using it for as it's intended. I took a long Magic Online break. I'm coming with you, dear Maria, count me in. I think I'm okay with that trade there. I really don't want to get blown up by a Blossoming Defense on this, on the Stasis Snare. Maybe that's a little bit too defensive. I mean, they could do whatever they want, right? Like, it's their program. You're a private company. They can say, "Hey, idiot, there's clearly too many bugs here for you. Stop playing." Glorybringer. I might hold that land. I think we're gonna attack with all right. Attack, exert. Right on cue. Ton of win. So they go to put things on this. I Stasis Snare it in response. Get got. That's Bob speaks the truth. I have never lifetime been denied a Magic Online comp request, and like I played a lot of Magic Online a little over a year ago, so you know, take that for what it's worth. Do I want the cast outs? I feel like I don't want the inspectors in these matchups. Let's do this. Oh, wait, and I had 61, right, because of the sideboard bug. Alright, whatever. Yeah, this thing seems fine, right? I guess it's a little bit mana heavy. Has all of our colors, though. Yeah, I'm going to keep this. It's a little mana heavy, but it's got a removal spell. You want second white or second red? Actually, I have more double red than double white, so I'm going to grab the red here, I think. I wonder if they got hit with the sideboard bug too, or if they're just boarding up. How to save a life. I'm going to do Glorybringer innate, I think, so I can start getting some life here. This card seems really good. The way's yours. Grant him one last. Yep, dead. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Or he'll say he's just not the same. That's annoying. Looks like it's a double spell next turn at least. You all not probably just gonna deck and stone this dork since they're missing land drops. They want a blossoming defense this, that's fine. They're not blossoming defensing something else then. They're not blossoming defensing my Glorybringer like a lethal attack. Get it out of here, sure. Or choke down mana, so like giving them a clue is whatever. How to save a life. So they have to pay for this, otherwise I'm trading. Deal. Well, this is going to be good for us, so we do this and trade here, and then it's a good draw too. Here there be dragons, opponent. Shoot that one. Not so long now, are you, little cubby? That's good for me. What's going on, Kevin? Getting wrecked is my favorite part of playing Magic. Let's used all our mana this turn too. What efficiency. Yep. Man. This Glorybringer's gonna work out again next turn, I think. This card's sweet. I really want to find a deck that plays this card in it. Is that good? If so, why? Are we dead yet? I feel like you're dead. This is a concession lockup? Feels like a concession lockup. Plus X for X is its power, so they could give this, make this a 4, because they could put it to a 2 and then do a 4, so... Attack and exert, attack, attack, trigger. Alright, I'm 2-2. League's a free roll anyways, let's see if we can win this last match and get some prizes. Get some extra prizes on top of our sideboard bug compensation. Oh, the playwright. I'm gonna keep this on the play. It's a little slow. Stingshot Cypher would be super good if it had speed. Like, the fact that this card gets to attack the first turn it comes down is so nuts. God, look at this card. He's just, like, blowing shit up as he flies through. It's like, get out of here. Glory to the Hypno Dragon. Lightning's a decent pickup. Only on Game Trail then here. And then next turn we can go Fortified Village, Harness Lightning, their 2-drop. Yeah, sorry, I need to be better about the swearing. I'm real bad about that. Want to hear like those ears. I am going to play around a possible Blossoming Defense here and just shoot this now. Let's get good clean living over here. I get to curve Gideon into Glorybringer, just be hot. Aether Sphere Harvester, sure. I mean, I never stopped playing Magic, and I still play Hex. Like, I top 8'd Hex's last 5K. They actually just got my check for $250 after I lost in the quarters. Like, Hex is great. In fact, up until, I don't even know if it's true, but like Hex's standard format has been the best constructed format around. Like maybe this standard constructed format's going to be reasonable now that, you know, they've taken out the stupid combos that existed in it previously. My secrets away. So we kind of want another land here, but at the same time, like, we've got plenty of things going on. We have a Gideon here. Probably about time to restart Magic Online. It's feeling that way. Yeah, sure. Why not? Let's get him out of here. Yeah, feel free to ban for obnoxious things like that. It's not okay. What is my favorite standard format and favorite deck? It's probably close between Hex's current standard format that they have right now and Innistrad RTR. I really liked Innistrad RTR. Just like good quality format. So would love to draw a basic land here. If we had a basic land, we can... Ooh, that's pretty good actually. Inspiring Vantage. Not quite a basic land. So I'm doing this. I'm going to plus this Gideon and ship, I think. Or am I making a token? Yeah, I'll make a token. And we can Stasis Snare this. Let me show you what. Let me show you my favorite standard deck of all time. This one right here. This remains to this day my favorite. This was definitely my favorite constructed format of all time. I loved this standard format. It was so good, and I loved playing this deck so much. All these going Gideon. Red Tech 420 with the $15 donation. Gotta help you get to the Invitational. I have some worm tokens that I'd love for you to sign, please. Yeah, I'm always happy to sign stuff at events, and I really appreciate the support. Thank you very much. That format right there, very, very good. Thoroughly enjoyed it. So they have a thing. They have a troop to bring this back from their crypt, but at the same time, like, they're kind of choked on mana, and we still have a Gideon going, and we're gonna Glorybringer them next turn. So like, are we pushing to keep the Scrap Heap Scrounger alive? That's good for us. Off topic, but I just played Cosmic and Hex. Thanks for streaming the game. Awesome. I'm glad you're enjoying it, and congrats on making Cosmic. 10 out of 10. Making a Knight ally here. Now the question becomes what I want to do with my resources this turn. If I Glorybringer them and kill this, they get to ship back into the Gideon on the backswing, so I don't think that's worthwhile. So I think I want to just burn some removal spells this turn to keep the Gideon alive. If they want to spend another removal spell to kill the Gideon, I think that's fine. The Gideon was then a nice pure 2-for-1. Ooh, they're a Jund energy deck. Neat. block here. And then we'll kill both of these, I think. All of these, like that. No, they have Fatal Push in their deck too. So they're probably full on 3-color. Okay, that's actually a great draw, because it's another chump blocker that I can play this turn. So, and we get to give our Glorybringer a workout here to kill this Voltaic Brawler. Exert, kill that nerd. Horse on a carousel. We go. Just like a fairy tale. So this isn't going to ready next turn. What do you got for 4? Bristling Hydra, sure. So. Thin the land before I draw, I think. Marginal either way. Extra red source at this point. Come on. You must be this tall to ride me on the carousel. I think I'm going to hold the land in case we draw Tireless Tracker. In games, somebody falls in love. The kid and there's no turning back now. Let's introduce you to my friend, the third Stasis Snare. Alright, well that's just like insane, right? So I just get to like plus this, and then ship and exert the Glorybringer, and then when he goes to protect it, I harness lightning in response. Yep. You're running hot, you're running hot. Yep. Go. Alright, I've got scrappers. Let's get those in here. Cast out's probably not the worst. In love. Second stone's probably okay. It's probably less good on the draw. It's a trim. Thraben Inspector seems okay, but it feels like my go-to cut, which isn't necessarily bad. Leave a third Gideon in. I'm gonna do this, I think. I didn't see Heart of Koran. There's a very real possibility they have Heart of Koran. If we see Hearts, I'm gonna bring in the Deliverance for the third game if it happens. I think I want to keep Glorybound innate since they have the 2-cost Energy Dork that turns into a 4/3 because this trades with that even when it's a 4/3, which is nice. They end up a little bit of damage, but like the upside of this with the always watching is pretty huge. I spent a lot of time playing Savage Knuckleblades too. When Siege Rhino and Mantis Rider were legal, I spent a ton of time slamming really awful teamer decks into things. I did like Sideboarding Denial people with my Savage Knuckleblade. Old Nux Magucks. It's one of those cards that's like just shy of being modern playable. I don't know what I'm gonna work really hard to play this card in Standard at the Invitational, I think. I'm gonna work really, really hard. We're currently 2-2. One of the matches we lost though, we literally had 10 spells across 2 games, seeing almost 40 cards. Seeing seems great, right? Let's get some planes for us. Another Attune is great. I think this is actually getting a mountain now, right? So that way I can harness lightning without paying energy next turn. Okay, so they have Heart of Koran. So I kind of thought they might, but I didn't want to bring in the Deliverances without seeing it. Maybe that's wrong, and I should hedge and bring them in since they cycle anyways. Yep. I'm assuming this is going to send the Heart of Koran in. If they don't send the Heart of Koran in, I'm going to kill this on unstep. We're Harness Lightning something this turn. The Gideon and the Always Watching might be a touch slow on the draw. Because I don't want to auto yield, because that tells them I don't have a Harness Lightning. That's really aggressive. Another heart, okay. I think I'm actually just going to play Tireless Tracker here, rather than play a Gideon that just gets devoured by a heart. And the fact that they have hearts in their decks means I'm going to cut most of these Gideons, I think, even on the play. It's pretty poorly positioned against this card when we don't have a lot of good defense for it. You know, assuming a third game happens, we could still very, very reasonably win this game. My opponent plays like Scrap Heap Scrounger and like ships in with both of these. Nope, just Harness Lightning. Okay, means we're only going to attack him for 4 again this turn. I was going to say, if they offer this trade for the Brawler for the Tireless Tracker, I would 10 out of 10 take that at this point. Start by cracking this, see what we get. Deck and Stone. I'm going to play this Aether Hub out and pass the turn. Going to Stasis Snare this Heart of Koran here. A Braid would be very good, actually. Actually, it's funny, I was talking to someone. I was talking to Ryan Hovis, is a guy I work with on Deck Ideas. He actually sent me a list with a Braid, and I was like, Ryan, that's in the next set. That's not legal for the Invitational. It's really obnoxious that these things are always creatures. Because, like, the fact that this can come in and crew this is so obnoxious. Met you day on time. Ryan is not going to the Invitational. So, okay, so that's an interesting, am I doing that this turn? I might just do that and, like, play a land and then deck and stone this. I think I'm going to do that, as opposed to risking the Gideon here. I say I could just play the Gideon, plus it, and deck and stone this so the Gideon can't die to the heart, but we got a better thing to do with our mana for the turn, so I think that's worthwhile. Get this out of here. And again, they're choked on mana, so, like, giving them a clue isn't the end of the world. have removal for this. Yeah, Legacy is 10 out of 10 my favorite format in Magic right now. The standard format looks real promising, though. I'm excited to give it a real shake. We'd just like to say thank you to everyone who's hanging out here tonight. I know there's a lot of different things you could be doing, different people you could be watching, so thanks for choosing to spend part of your Wednesday here with us. Stasis Snare, that's a fantastic draw. So, yeah, I have 1, 2, 3, this is 6, this will be my 7th land. So I can play this, put these on the stack, and then I get to go ahead and Gideon, make a dude. And keeping the Gideon alive is 10 out of 10 more important than killing their Tireless Tracker, especially when they're so choked on resources. So, make a thing. I think I'm just going to pass here, because I think my Gideon's more important than my Tireless Tracker. Actually, that's probably not even true. I'm just going to do this and then pass. Never forget you. Always be by my side. The day that I met you. Day I die. Wanted once more. Always be sure. And like it screams that I have something here, right? Because I didn't crack one of my clues to get an extra point of damage with this, so like I'm very clearly representing a removal spell here. Till the day I die. 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 Well, Dead Guy Ale is much cheaper than Sultai Something, but Sultai Something would almost certainly be the better performing deck. Like, I love Dead Guy Ale, but there's no arguing that it's definitely not Tier 1, whereas a variety of the Sultai decks are definitely Tier 1 in Legacy. We're ignoring the Gideon, sure. Get a Magma Spray, we can kill this. Another Gideon, sure. Got one of their planes here. Play the planes. You want to play this Always Watching now? I probably want to make a 2/2 actually. I guess I'm killing them really fast here, right? If I just like plus this, I'm like hitting them for 5. Yeah, okay. Yeah, let's just try and turn the corner here. It's like crunch for 11. Sure. I say, I swear, I say, between us. It's a lot of damages. Opponent's choked, got 6 cards in hand, but choked on resources, so probably good with this Stasis Snare. We've got some draws on the bank here, too. I say. Do I do anything for a job besides develop TCG content? My primary job is a stay-at-home dad. I have 2 young children. My oldest is 3.5, and my youngest just turned 2. My wife works full-time to make the real money. The money I make here is basically just like pays for extras, you know? Buys extra things for the kids and stuff like that. We actually live off of the money she makes. She has an adult job. Before I quit my full-time job to become, you know, be primarily a father, I have a master's degree in mathematics, so I worked as a systems analyst for a major insurance company. I guess I could technically be a trophy husband. Trophies can be fat sometimes, right? Gideon's dead. Sink ships. I mean, they're just dead here, right? And just do this, get rid of their Tireless Tracker, and then my tracker kills them. Do I pop a clue? Jeff keeping it real. Like, I'm not here to bullshit anyone, right? Alright, huh. So, thoughts, we're doing powerful things. This card is great, and everything I want to be doing in Standard, it feels like. Really like casting this card. I like casting it ahead of curve. My wife is a business analyst for a major insurance company. Always watching with the Glorybringers is hot. Always watching with the Glorybound innate. Like, always watching with our Glory tribal deck is kind of fantastic. I've got some Nahiris in the board here. I'm not actually sure if she's good, bad, or otherwise. Yeah, so, like, the Always Watching is just, like, a medium card some of the time. So, like, 2 of them I think is definitely where we want to be with those. Like, the Glory bound into Always Watching curve seems fantastic. Always Watching makes Thraben Inspector just, like, be a little bit less embarrassing since it's not doing a whole lot. All right, do we want to play more with this deck, or do we want to try something else? This deck is also casting Glorybringers ahead of curve. The Hazoret is just because I wanted to try a variety of cards on the board that would be good against control decks. I think this is the other deck I'm interested in trying. All right, let's straw pull it. See what we have. Give it a couple minutes. Plug the sponsors while we do this. I would just like to say good morning, afternoon, and good night to everyone, wherever you're at in the world. Thanks for choosing to spend part of your day here with us. My name is Jeff Hoagland. I'm a TCG player and content producer. You've landed here at my Twitch page. If you're new and you're enjoying what you see, I'd encourage you to show those support by using that follow button there on your screen. It doesn't cost you anything. It helps other people find my stuff. If you're really enjoying what you see and you want to step up that support and help me a little bit extra, there's a couple of ways you can do that. The first is by subscribing on Twitch or becoming a patron on Patreon. You can also support my stuff by hitting the donate button down below the stream. I am collecting donations to help me get to the SCG Invitational here at the end of the month. Would love to go there and play Standard and Modern if you're going yourself. Always love to sign stuff and meet people. You can also support my content by supporting my sponsors. MTGOtraders.com will love to buy and sell Magic Online cards with you. And if you use code Hoagland PayPal at checkout there, you'll save 8% on all of your singles orders. InkedGaming.com would love to help you customize your gaming experience. They do custom playmats and mouse pads and lots of different stuff like that. You can also check out mtgcardmarket.com for all of your physical Magic the Gathering needs. Use coupon code Jeff10% to save 10% of your orders there. mtgcardmarket.com also has a lot of great written content. I write for them weekly, as well as folks like Kevin Jones and Dylan Donigans and a few other notable people that have a lot of good, strong Magic finishes. And finally, sparedeck.com. It's kind of a unique service. They rent Standard and Modern decks. If you're someone like me who changes decks pretty often or doesn't play a ton of paper, I play mostly on the computer these days, I rent a lot of the decks I use. So, like, when I go to the Invitational at the end of the month, I'm probably going to rent one or both decks from Spare Deck. They can rent for a weekend or up to an entire month, and you can kind of try before you buy, or you can just rent if you change a lot. Make sure to vote in the poll here what you want to see next. If you don't care, just feel free to hang out, and we're going to find something here real quick. Red-White Eldrazi is winning pretty firmly, it looks like. All right, I'm going to go pick up the cards for this, I think, here. Speaking of sponsors, I'm going to go ahead and get cards for this Red-White Eldrazi deck from MTGOtraders.com. Because they're kind enough to sponsor the stream, they help me out by hooking me up with cards when I need them. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Part if